Welcome to the Colt AR-15 resource. In this video, we will take a detailed look at a reproduction of the Colt 633 9mm submachine gun upper receiver, more commonly known as the DOE or Department of Energy upper receiver. This is one of the more iconic designs from Colt and is highly sought after by collectors. A legitimate Colt example can bring anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 just for the upper receiver. For someone who wants to have a representative piece in their collection or a shooter, this example from Liemohn Manufacturing is a great item to consider, and it's a fraction of the cost of a actual Colt example. So this is how the upper receiver comes out of the box. You get one of these cool Liemohn Manufacturing stickers. At the end of this video, if you think this is something you're interested in, you can reach out to them. You can also find them by Google searching. Due to YouTube's regulations, I cannot post a link or anything like that to get you to Tom's website. So the upper receiver kit, in addition to your upper receiver assembly, you get a charging handle and a bolt. So we'll talk about the charging handle and the bolt here real quick. Charging handle is nothing out of the ordinary. It's just a traditional AR style charging handle. The bolt assembly is the unique 9mm design. For those of you that are not familiar with the 9mm bolt assembly design, it does not have a moving bolt, rotating bolt like the traditional AR design does. The 9mm submachine gun design operates on a direct blowback principle, and so that eliminates the need for the rotating bolt. The operating system requires a certain amount of weight or mass to operate properly. And that's accomplished by putting this weight inside the body of the bolt assembly. And then that's held in by this roll pin back here. Just for comparison, here's a regular Colt AR-15 type bolt carrier group. You see there you've got the bodies and the bolt up here. Notice too the difference in the carrier keys. Your traditional AR style bolt carrier group, it requires gas to be returned in the gas system to cycle the bolt, and so the pressure of that gas system coming back into the bolt carrier exerts a lot of external force on the carrier key here. And so the carrier key screws are staked to ensure they do not come loose during the operating cycle. On the 9mm design, there's no exterior force on the carrier key. This carrier key on the 9mm design is simply used as a guide in the upper receiver in the charging handle track. So you see there, traditional bolt carrier is hollow. The 9mm's got the weight installed in it. So overall, the finish and the manufacturing quality of the 9mm bolt assembly here is excellent. Looks like a really good product. I don't see anything at all to be concerned about. So now we'll take a look at the upper receiver itself. There's no exterior markings other than the Anchor Harvey forge code here, which is the iconic split A. Starting here on the left and working to the right, you've got the A1 side adjustment wheel here. You have the propellant deflector here. A lot of people call this a brass deflector, but it's not intended to be a brass deflector. The 9mm design is notorious for kicking out unburnt propellant during the ejection cycle. So Colt put this deflector on here to keep unburnt propellant from going back in the shooter's face. And to accommodate that deflector, you have a smaller ejection port door here. So that's a unique feature of the design. You've got a regular delta ring or slip ring there, whatever your preferred term is. You have the iconic handguard design there that was carried over from the Colt M231 firing port weapon on the Bradley fighting vehicle. You have the folding front sight. To my knowledge, the Colt 633 9mm DOE design is the first operational use of this folding front sight. You'll see this front sight make a return later on in the Colt 6940 series product line. And then you have this guard on the front. There's a lot of speculation out there about what this guard's for. Some people say it might have been used to brace the firearm up against like a firing port in a vehicle. Obviously on such a small design, it could be used to prevent the hand from sliding in front of the muzzle during firing as well. Liemohn Manufacturing installs a sling swivel, and they did a great job with the rivet that holds that sling swivel in place. Some companies just mangle those trying to install them. Tom did excellent work with this. Here you can see the rifling and the chrome lining there. The front sight post, I forgot to mention, is the square A2 style. And then there's the left side of the upper receiver. The finish and quality of the upper receiver is excellent. There's no variation in the color or the finish. The variation you see in the video is just my fingerprints on the finish. Looking here on the inside, there's the chamber, and the chrome lining of that really stands out. We'll take off the hand guards and check out the barrel. So these hand guards are very well done reproductions. Just like on the Colt example, there is not a left and right hand guard. Either one can be used on either side. So great material finish. The color is kind of a lighter gray. And then you've got heat shields riveted inside. Just a really good reproduction of the original Colt M231 firing port weapon or DOE submachine gun handguards. All right, so here you see the barrel profile. It's got a heavier profile behind the front guard there, behind the sight post, because you see the muzzle is narrower. So Liemohn Manufacturing has their own unique set of markings they put on top of the barrel, and I commend them for that. That keeps somebody from trying to pass this off as an original. You see LMI there, CB for chrome board, 9mm NATO, and then it's got the rifling designation there of 1 in 10. There's your front handguard cap. There's no date indicator or anything like that on the barrel other than these markings you see here. So let me pause here real quick and get this thing back together, and I'll be back with some final thoughts. Okay, one thing I did forget to show you previously was the rear side aperture on this. It's got the close range and long range apertures for the rear sight. So overall, I think this is a great option for a person that wants a representative piece in their collection or a shooter. The fit and finish of everything is excellent. I don't see anything that appears to be an obvious shortcut. I don't see any compromise in the quality of the finish or the parts as you look at the different assemblies involved in this. I have the difficult choice now of buying this example and keeping it in my collection or sending this back. When I first talked to Tom at Liemohn Manufacturing about looking at this and doing a video to share with you guys, my intent was to send it back, but I'm very impressed again by the quality of this. And I'll never shoot my actual Colt example, so this would give me an option to handle and take to the range. So I'll definitely have to do some thinking about that. So let me know if you have any questions or comments down below. Again, YouTube's rules do not allow content creators to post links to get you directly to a source for these items. So Google's your friend, and I highly recommend getting one of these if you think it's something you're interested in. So thanks for stopping by. If you made it this far, I appreciate your time. And coming next is a video of this side by side with the actual Colt example. So we'll see you then.